is Slide and Ride?
So a little bit of background on bike sharing. So Motivate is a company that is the current global leader in bike sharing. They operate and manage bike sharing systems in a bunch of major cities in the US, including Boston, City Bike, which I'm sure you all have heard of from New York, that's run by Motivate, and then also Chicago and DC and a bunch of other cities. Their the whole idea behind it is to promote economically and environmentally friendly transportation. So instead of taking the bus or driving yourself, there's a bike not too far from wherever you could be, and you just grab one bike, easy. And then our idea is to use similar tactics as Motivate here at UMass, because I mean, if you're going to base a business model off of anything, why not the global leader?
So at UMass, there's definitely a big problem. There's very few parking spaces. The buses are very confusing for freshmen and they're crowded. Using the app's pretty difficult. So what are other modes of transportation? We think that a need from UMass students is an inexpensive and easy to use method of transportation across campus.
And then so our proposed solution, as I'm sure you picked up, is a bike sharing system. So the way that we see it playing out kind of is that it would be an automated system. So there would be a rack with a bunch of bikes. You go up, you swipe your U-card, one of the bikes unlocks, you take it, bike wherever after you go, you put it back into one of the racks, swipe your card again, and you're done. So it's pretty easy. And then anybody who has a U-card would be able to use it, and you wouldn't have to worry about theft of your own bike. It's a bike, it locks in, it's no problem, you don't have to worry about anything.
So target markets, it's going to start with students at UMass, whether it be on campus or off campus. So let's say you're in Southwest and you have to go all the way to Leaderly. We want stations available to you there, but also for students living downtown Amherst or out by Bruno's, let's say, we want to give them access to campus as well. And then after, let's just say it works, whatever, hopefully this could expand to other college campuses.
And then there is some competition, including anyone who owns their own bike. I mean, if you have a bike, why are you going to pay to use one? And then, of course, PVTA, if it's raining, if it's just cold out, people would rather take a bus than have to ride a bike to class. And then there is a current bike share program here at UMass, but I'm sure most of you probably haven't even heard of it. Like, it's very small, it's out of the student union, it's complicated. If you go to their website, it doesn't even really, it just tells you to show up and then like get a bike. It doesn't really explain at all like how it works. So we figured that ours would be a little bit more efficient and easier to understand for people and more accessible.
And unlike the UMass one where you have to go to pick up your bike, we want these to be near your home, near your dorm. So instead of going to the middle of campus to pick out your bike, it's going to be way closer to you.
So I'm going to keep the numbers section pretty short because we're running really short on time here. But if you notice the UMass student totals, the student body has been growing at about 1% a year, and the faculty has been lagging a little bit behind that, but still almost at a percentage a year. And our model is going to be based off of including this in student tuition. It's going to be a waivable fee, so you can, I don't know if whoever pays their own bill or looks at the bill even, you can waive a number of different things. They're like one's $12, one's $1, one's the student health plan, it's about $1,000. So this is going to be one of those waivable fees. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. But we're hoping that we can build it directly into tuition, so a lot of students will participate. And the way we calculated the numbers was I took, for annual memberships, about 75% of students we hope would participate, and that's based off of next year's attendance numbers. So that would be the revenue at $100 per membership, which would be the annual membership, and that would be a discounted rate for students. We're hoping that when faculty and when members of the Amherst community come in, we could charge them a little bit more of an increased rate because they'll be using it 12 months a year instead of the students who are only here about 8 to 9 months a year. And in terms of capital cost, that's very, very minor. It's just for the initial bikes, any new bikes that would be needed, cards for the bikes, and also the racks where the bikes would be set up. We also want to have a sponsorship program with this to generate extra revenue, and that would be to name the bikes like City Bike did, and we would also include for sponsorships based on where the racks are, where the racks would be, and you can pick up bikes in the Amherst community. So you could get businesses to pay to actually have a bike rack right near their business, and that would drive extra revenue, because if you stop right in front of Antonio's to lock your bike up, maybe you'll run in and grab a slice, whereas you wouldn't have before.
That's it.
All right, thank you.